Oh, looks like we've done it again. We've shown up again. Another Sunday. Every single Sunday this year. Every single Sunday this year. A little sip of water, okay? A little sip of water. How you guys doing? Welcome to the world famous Sunday night live stream. Drink of the show, Peace Tea, Just Peachy. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. Richard, you became a member. How awesome is that? You were in the credits of yesterday's video. What's up, Ruben? We're doing it live. That's right. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. We're going to talk about some sports ownership stuff. We're talking about Vivek. We're talking about the firing of Mike Brown from the Kings. We're going to do some show and tell. And then just the end of the year wrap up. All right? That's what we're going to do. And you guys are going to bring the energy for me. All right? What up, Deuce? What up, Shot Simple? All right? So, have you guys been thinking about your years in review? Huh? Do you get what's it called? Not nostalgic, but you just start thinking. Hey, look at how the chat's like see-through now. How cool is that? I should have been doing that from the beginning, huh? I'm stupid, right? It's one of the best Sunday night live streams that's ever happened every week this year. You're right. What's up, Jennifer? How you guys doing? I did not have a very good holiday. I did not. But that's fine. All right? I'm not dropping out of the race. Seeing this thing through. But I've had a rough last week. But that's fine. That's how it happens, right? Can't win them all. You know? Can't win them all, folks. Right off the bat, let's talk about Jimmy Carter. How about that? President Jimmy Carter died, I think today, either last night or today. At 100 years old, the oldest president ever. He lived to the oldest, ripest age for any president. A lot of people, I don't know how to say this. He was a great man. And I feel like our country's not always the greatest country. And because of that, everyone's like, anyone to do with it is terrible. But there's been some good presidents. And Jimmy Carter was building houses in Habitat for Humanity, I believe it was. He was doing that into his 90s, right? He introduced a lot of great programs that were pretty much immediately reversed when the next president came in. He gave up his peanut farm. I think he put it in a trust so that there would be no conflicts of interest, which you don't see now. You see presidents just enriching themselves from the White House. I mean, I think pretty soon we're going to see infomercials filmed from the White House, you know. And so Jimmy Carter was also he's someone you can learn from because he grew up in the segregationist South. So early on, he had a lot of kind of beliefs and whatnot in Georgia that weren't cool. They weren't cool at all. But as he got older, more exposure, he learned more. He continued to learn more and be empathetic, and he learned, he grew, and a lot of the somewhat racist things went to the wayside, and he's been a force for good out of his presidency. So it's a good lesson that even a president can continue to learn and grow and progress and be a better person. Warriors winning the NBA Finals? Sure hope so. Richard, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Although he's a great man, just didn't get enough time as president. Well, he didn't get enough time as president because the president that came in after him was working with one of our supposed enemy countries to make him look bad so that he had an easier time winning. And that's still a president that people hold in high regard for some reason. Hey, but you know, this is not a political show, folks. This is not a political... But it's just true. Facts is facts. What's up, Natalie? What's up, Porky? He's the first one to put solar panels on the White House, which were immediately taken down by the next president. Yeah, Jimmy Carter was a great man. A lot of people say possibly the kindest man to ever be president. So I think it's worth giving him his flowers. There's so many things you could say. Obviously, with politics, it's really like a zero-sum game. It's like every politician is either a monster or the hero of life to people. I like to see things with more nuance. And Jimmy Carter is someone that you should probably look to as a good example of a good man. Yeah, it's a shame that so many great things he did were immediately torn up when he lost his next election. For example, there was a program he had where if you wanted to become a teacher, you had reduced or even free college to become a teacher because he knew the importance of education on a strong and healthy populace. You need education, which is why they've been trying to defund education for decades and decades so that you will vote based on what the billionaires tell you to vote for without critical thinking. But this ain't a political show, folks. Just don't trust the billionaires. That's all I'm saying. What's up, Gabriel? How are you feeling since the final Sunday night live stream? We've come a long way. Congrats on not missing one. Here's your flowers. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna end this live stream with some, end of the year thoughts. Washington Commanders up by 7. It's been a good game. I was watching bits and pieces of the Sunday night game, Commanders and Falcons. It's been a really good game, actually. Two kind of young teams. I think both teams will kind of have a bright future. I didn't expect to be saying that about the Falcons, but they kind of turned it around quicker than I thought. What's up, Angel? By the way, the giveaway items from last week, I'm just waiting for the new year, waiting to get paid, and then I'll send them all out. So if you won any prizes last week, I didn't forget. I just gotta wait until I can send them. I have them all put aside. Everything's ready. But yeah, President Jimmy Carter, R.I.P. We gotta acknowledge the good ones. And here's one thought I've had where like a lot of people just say every president is evil and terrible. But like maybe it's our system, maybe it's our country, and there's no way to do that job without also having your hand in terrible things. Ever thought about that? I don't know. But I wish we had more people like Jimmy Carter in politics. I'll say that. He helped a lot of people. And the fact that after president, he did so much work, is really, really cool. So yes, I've done a video, like some presidential library type things and stuff, and I want to do more. I would like to do a video at every presidential library. It's one of those things I really like. It's just kind of like a piece of Americana, regardless of what my feelings are, my thoughts, or criticisms, cynicism. I do love some Americana, folks. I love it. Yeah. Can't even imagine living to 100. That must have been so wild. He must have seen and experienced so much in his life. I mean, he saw Hitler. He saw Aaron Judge get the AL home run record, all in one lifetime. He saw every single one of Hank Aaron's home runs, right? He saw Babe Ruth. And he also saw TikTok, If Washington Commanders win tonight, they'll clinch the last wild card spot. So it means the winner Rams or Seahawks. Seahawks will be division champs and the loser out. Ugh. I don't know if anyone's interested in Blue Zones, but Living to 100 on Netflix is such a good show. It's about centenarians and I think I saw that where is that where they were studying places where it has like the largest population of people that live to old ages, so they're trying to figure out what the variables are that affect that. Something like that. Yeah, he saw the Golden Gate Bridge be built. He saw the Bay Bridge be built. He saw, multiple World's Fairs that they don't do anymore. Dude, how old was he? Dude, he was like 30 years old when Disneyland was built. That's crazy. And now Disneyland's about to be 70 years old next year. That's crazy. Richard, I'm sorry you hate 2024. But yeah, RIP Jimmy Carter. That's if you guys are looking for someone to look up to, that's someone to look up to. All right, and not the guy that took over after him that undid all the cool things he did and worked with our enemy to make that happen. Really should have been impeached and put in prison. But hey, it's not a political show. But he should have been put in prison, folks. Oh, he said it. Don't trust the rich guys. All right. Now, let's talk to the Kings fans, huh? Let's talk to the Kings fans. Let's go light. Crazy to be an adult while the happiest place on earth is barely being open. Seriously. They said he was exercising until just most recently. I think that's what we're coming to find out. The more that you're exercising, continuing to live in your 70s, 80s, 90s. Yeah, definitely. Got to move. That's my problem. I don't move enough. Yeah, he saw McDonald's start up. History repeating itself. Loved his books on the Israel-Palestine conflict. I didn't know he wrote any. I got to look into that. Got a Rickwood Field patch and Unite the Bay poster. All right, Richard. Don't worry. I didn't forget. Here, Tampa raised their seating ticket prices by 40%. I forgot where they're even playing. They're playing in a minor league park, but I forgot what the park is. The King stuff, my dude. Be sure to press your pants. Yeah. Speaking of Rickwood Field, got my Rickwood Field Sea Lions hat, folks. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Okay, Kings fans. Oh, let's listen up. All I want to say is I told you so. Oh, God. Oh, God. Is he gloating, dude? Is he gloating? He is. He's gloating. Goodness gracious. He's drinking a delicious peace tea. It just peachy. Not sponsored by the Can Be Business email in the description. He's just having a peace tea. It's just peachy peace tea. And he's gloating about being right. Oh. And this, my friends, I'm right on so many levels. It's crazy. Let me break it down for you. And while I do, I will hold up a Kings Scout Night patch and a Kings Girl Scout Night jersey patch. I will hold these up while I talk about this, okay? I don't know where I got these. Where should I start? First of all, I told you guys that Vivek is no good. I told you guys that. He built a beautiful downtown arena. He helped revitalize the franchise. All great things for the Kings fan base. The Kings very easily could have left Sacramento. And he helped keep them in Sacramento. Got them a beautiful arena. I love Golden One Center. It's a great arena. Great fan base. But I told you guys, anytime an owner is considered a good owner or you guys are happy with him, it's because his personal interests happen to align with the fan base's personal interests. And as soon as those interests don't align, he will stab you in the back. And I'm not saying he stabbed you guys in the back yet. He didn't. But he kind of did. Oh. I don't know. Carter's one of the earliest guys to write and say it was apartheid there around 2006. A view that's gained traction the past few years. Yeah. Things are going to be playing in Steinbrenner Field. Okay, yeah. Vivek sucks, yeah. So what happened was, first of all, I'm gonna blame the Kings fan base, but I'm not just blaming the Kings fan base. I'm blaming fans in general. You got to remember, we're all just dum-dums, right? We're all dum-dums. We're not in the offices, okay? We're not studying film every day. These people know way more than us. Like, yes, I will yap about what I think, but I know that I don't really know. I can be like, why are we running these plays and not this play? But I don't really know. But most people don't seem to grasp that. So the Kings fan base, at least a portion of it, has been very vocal about Mike Brown needs to go. And I'm here to say, folks, those people are just dummies. They're just dumb. They're morons. Okay? Good coaches do not grow on trees. When you get a good coach, you should stick with that good coach. You look at the franchises that are held in high regard, they will stick with a coach. They will stick with a staff. They will let them go through their highs and their lows. The Steelers have had like 3 coaches in the last 40 years. And that's why they're always in the mix, right? The Steelers sometimes will have a down year. Their down year is like middle of the road. You don't see them going 1-16. You know what I mean? It's because they have stability. They have consistency. They have their good coach and they support him. And that's why the Steelers every year are in the mix. The Spurs with Popovich, they kind of sold out there near the end, so they had some down years, which worked out because then they got Wemby, right? And now Pop's having health issues, but if Pop comes back, they're going to be okay in a couple years. Uh-oh. This just stopped recording. Did it stop streaming? I think we're still streaming, right, folks? I just had an error on my thingamajig. Look, when you find a good coach, you got to stick with him. You can't be reactionary. You can't be like, oh, we lost 5 games, get them out of here. That is ridiculous. That is stupid. That is not how you have a successful franchise. And that's why, Kings fans, you've been looked at as a poverty franchise. Okay? Now, none of this is said out of, like, hostility. Okay? I'm not trying to attack or insult Kings fans. I'm just telling it how it is, dude. Now, a lot of the worst franchises, they will churn through players and coaches and continue to not see that the problem starts from the top down. Okay? Now, the Kings have fired multiple good coaches. And you know who's doing the firing? Vivek. A big dummy who doesn't know anything. A big dummy who got lucky on some tech company and became a billionaire. These billionaires are not smarter or better than us, okay? They were lucky. Right place, right time, hooked up, okay? There's a lot of good coaches that have been blamed and scapegoated by poverty franchises. And if you expect a coach to just turn it around every time. And the Kings, their GM, Monty, was it? Monty what? something Monty. He didn't do anything besides add DeRozan, who wasn't even really a good fit. Like, I love DeRozan, right? We're all fans watching him play the game, but that's not what the Kings needed. And they have no bench. Like, there's a lot of issues with the Kings. And then not only that, but for the fans that are like, oh, fire so-and-so as soon as they're not successful. Like, do you know that every team but one has to lose every year, right? Do you realize that? Only one team can win it every year? Like, fan bases are dumb. The billionaires are dumb. We're all a bunch of dumb idiots making reactionary decisions. There's a reason why Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season, because he's a good coach. And because they stand by him even when he's having a bad season. Raiders can't keep their coach long. Exactly. They churn through coaches. There's like... the example I always like to use is the Cleveland Browns and all the quarterbacks they've had for the last 25, 30 years. They've had so many quarterbacks, and most of them were all really high draft picks. Every single one didn't pan out. Baker Mayfield had to get out of there to start seeing some success. They just churn through quarterbacks. It's not possible. It is not possible that all those quarterbacks sucked. It's not possible. And if you really look at football, look at how many all the quarterbacks that we consider elite or Hall of Famers or legends, almost all of them inherited a really good team and situation. Almost all of them. There's some exceptions. I say Peyton Manning is close to an exception, but really the Colts weren't the worst. They were just in a really bad down period. Patrick Mahomes, he inherited a Chiefs team that was going deep into the playoffs every year with Alex Smith and Andy Reid. Tom Brady took over for Drew Bledsoe on a Patriots team that was already heavily favored in their division. They were already a really good team. Joe Montana, that's an exception. But he was right there at the beginning when Bill Walsh took over. Bill Walsh had a couple years to figure it out. The 49ers didn't just fire him because he didn't figure it out in a year and a half. Steve Young was on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Well, he was in the USFL, and then he went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He looked awful, folks. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, were they bad. Then he goes to the 49ers. He's on the bench for a while. Bunch of injuries. He gets some opportunities to play. Eventually takes over the team. And now he's a Hall of Famer. People got to stop being so reactionary and so extreme. There's a lot of nuance to this stuff. So the Kings firing Mike Brown is just a classic stupid move. Just stupid, scapegoating him. Fans are stupid if they want him fired. You're all dumb. Every single one of you that wanted Mike Brown fired is dumb. All the NBA fans that always criticize coaches by saying the rotations. You don't even know what that means, okay? The rotations are so bad. Like, shut up. Shut up. That's just the thing everyone says. You know? Well, I don't get the rotations. Why are they not playing this player enough? Every fan base that criticizes a coach, that's the two things they say. Why are they not playing this person? I don't know. Maybe it's because they see them play every single day in practice and they know more than you. And they've been in the league for 40 years. I don't know. Peace tea, everybody. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. I'm catching up with chat. Go to Kings vs Warriors game next Sunday. Warriors aren't doing too good either. So Monty McNair, that's who it was. No, I heard that it was Vivek's doing. Well, yeah, I guess I heard that Monty McNair wanted it and Vivek did it because Monty's trying to preserve his job. So it's just like Farhan was trying to preserve his job, so he blamed everything on Gabe Kapler. Steelers have consistent ownership. Raiders on the other hand, dysfunctional from the top down. Change coaches once a year and change and rebuild every 2 years. Exactly. DeRozan's style could be better. The bench is a bigger issue. Yeah, there's no depth. Like, obviously, DeRozan's a great player. He can fit on a lot of teams. But it didn't add much. In the club, we all dummies. For real. I hope the Dubs re-sign him. We had some more best seasons with him as an assistant. Yeah, no, I would love Mike Brown to come back. Just like I wanted Robert Saleh to come back to the Niners. That's another one. Like, the Jets had all these issues. The Jets are constantly rebuilding. They have all these issues. They have tons of injuries. And because Aaron Rodgers wants to control everything because he's an egomaniac, they get rid of Robert Saleh. But that's why these franchises will almost never see success. Like, for a franchise like this that I'm talking about to see success, they have to get fire in a bottle where they get like 2 Hall of Famers and just everything works for one season and then they'll fall off immediately after that. That's the only way. Otherwise, they will not see sustained success. And you saw it with the 49ers. We were churning through coaches too. Every 2 years, there'd be a new coach. And we'd see success here and there, but not sustained. That's why there'd be such big swings. We go from like a great team to bottom of the barrel. And now we're seeing more sustained success because of Shanahan. And other people are like, because of this year, like, fire Shanahan. Like, you dummy. Where are we going to get another great coach just ready to go? What coach have you ever seen just turn something around completely? Like, please tell me a coach that started fresh with a brand new team and immediately turned it around, right? Like, Steve Kerr took over, but that team was already built, you know? I'm not going to the 49ers game tomorrow, actually. Do you know Steve Jobs was able to pull out a phone book and call anyone in the entire country? Because in the 70s, they didn't block numbers, so he literally called up the owner of Atari, and the owner gave him a job opportunity. Yeah, that's always wild when you read stuff like that. 1980s Raiders team's an exception with Jim Plunkett. I'm so upset. I'm a Dodgers fan, and we didn't get Corbin Burns. We never get anyone, and we get lucky if you get one All-Star. You got to be joking, obviously, right? 2024, let's spell it out. Better be there tomorrow. I won't. I think the 76ers could be mentioned in the same convo when they made Brett Brown the scapegoat and then the whole Simmons saga. No, yeah, it's Sixers for sure. Sixers been churning through people too. Definitely could be explained better than media. Mike Malone. Thank God Farhan's out. No, for real. It was indeed Monty's call. Okay, yeah, he's trying to scapegoat. I'm glad we got rid of Mike Brown. Farhan doubles down. Nobody wants to play in SF on foul territory. Yeah. Like, these Dodgers fans could not get another ace pitcher. Too much asked for at least one high caliber pitcher. Dude, the Dodgers get almost everybody they want. I really hope you're joking, because the Dodgers are the most privileged franchise in possibly sports, other than maybe the Lakers. Yeah, Vivek is terrible. Vivek will stab you in the back. And firing Mike Brown, you see one other time has a coach been fired, and so many other coaches across the league are all defending him and saying what a bad move it is. So dumb. And it seems like maybe De'Aaron Fox didn't get along with them or something. That's what it seems like. I don't know if that's actually true, but even his words after about him being fired weren't very empathetic. So I'm thinking maybe that is the case. But De'Aaron Fox is not a number one option. Sorry, Kings fans. Oh, I'm sorry. And it was stupid for him to put a foxtail on his shoes. It's really corny. Hey, the Warriors, Mike Brown, let's coach the Kings. Do you want Sasaki? Yeah, I'll take Sasaki. Since we missed out on Burns. Yeah, no, the Dodgers the most privileged franchise in the world besides probably the Lakers. It used to be the Yankees, but I think they're even down the list now. But look, I'm gloating a little bit because I called it. The Kings are going to be even worse now. And then not only here's the other thing. They don't think about this. What coach now is going to be all about going to the Kings? What high profile or great coach that will somehow replace Mike Brown? Which great magical coach floating down from the heavens is going to want to coach for that franchise, knowing that the GM and owner can just scapegoat you and not give you any respect, even though you were just the coach of the year a year and a half ago? Coach of the year! And now you guys wanted him fired, and now he's fired. Oh, Kings fans, you blew it. You blew it. You guys blew it. Living in Baltimore for 42 years, my entire life. Nothing has changed the last 30 years. To my young Baltimore fans, you shouldn't expect anything different. Expecting anything different in Baltimore is like expecting dollars to be grown on trees. Expect the worst. Then if we get good things, celebrate. I mean, the Ravens have had really good success ever since they showed up in Baltimore. I mean, I don't know. I don't think Ravens fans can really be that upset. You know? Anyways, what else is up? What else is up? Kings fans, I'm sorry. But you made this bed, you gotta lie in it. Okay? And trust me, I've been there. My teams have done the same kind of thing. The Warriors were that kind of franchise before Lacob. Lacob and Bob Myers brought stability, and you see what happens. You know? You got to bring stability, consistency, find your people, support them. And that's how you become a Spurs, Steelers kind of franchise that's always in the mix, has sustained success. That's what you want. Now, if you're a flash in the pan, we're going to dump everything into this year. It doesn't happen. See the New York Jets. Okay? Weekend starts now. Let's go. Do you still have my letter for the last game in Oakland? I do. You spent $82 million, same record as last season. Warriors. I argue all sports. What's up, Rye Guy? Anyways, I think that was all I was going to talk about on that topic. But my main thing is don't trust the billionaires. All right, Vivek can hit the road. Okay, anyone. Look, this is the thing. You can't be this hero, like, not hero, but like, oh, I saved the Kings. I built this arena. How awesome is this? And then also stab all the Oakland fans in the back by offering safe haven to their terrible owner. That just shows you these billionaires are not your friends, okay? And you Elon fans out there, stop. He doesn't care about you. Stop buying into that. All we do is hate Sacramento. I don't hate Sacramento. I love Sacramento. That's you, Gabe, because you like to blame the wrong things too. Teams going all in is almost like becoming degenerate gamblers. No, absolutely. These teams will just like gamble it all on a couple moves, and then if it doesn't pan out immediately, they just cut their losses and fire everyone and rebuild again. So stupid. Like, I want my teams to be like the Patriots and Belichick. 20 years, Let him have some down years. Let him have, whatever, like build. And, the Patriots had, even in their run, they had so many different eras. Like at first, their offense sucked. They were a defensive team. And then they built the offense up. Defense suffered. Like they went through different eras because they let them cook. Let them cook. Anyways. Didn't Vivek want to buy the A's? Vivek wants to buy any team because it's toys to him. He's one of the billionaires that doesn't care about the teams. He just wants to have the status. Never been a billionaire person. I don't think I have much in common with someone like Musk. Yeah. Gabe and I just came back from Sacramento. Literally driving back right now. Yeah, I thought the A's are your only favorite teams. I feel like you're going to say you hate Sacramento. A lot of these teams think they're beating the system. It's the other way around. Yeah, absolutely. Funny enough how Cuban made millions and hit $1 billion the most simplest way too, selling ad space for the internet. Yeah, he was. Look, Mark Cuban, as far as billionaires go, I would rank him the highest. Like, I feel like I could hang out with the guy, but like he got incredibly lucky. It's not like he's super smart compared to anyone else. He just had those. He was able to go with his buddies and try these ideas. Like he had that freedom. Like it. Yeah. Overtime between Washington Commanders and Atlanta Falcons. Oh, they tied it up? Man. Yeah, he does. A sense of being like, oh, I didn't let the A's stay and they'd be in Salt Lake City right now. Vivek is trash. That's all I got to say. Anyways, you want to do some show and tell? All right. I've been trying to build these shadow boxes I've talked about. So right now my plan is to do 3 shadow boxes because I've got some really cool stuff in the last year, especially some of it's older, but I've been going crazy on eBay, folks. I got an addiction, and I've been buying this stuff on eBay to put in my shadow box and just some other random things that I found that were fun to get, fun to buy, and I'm trying to get creative with my collections. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get creative. I don't want to just have them around or do something basic. I want to do like shadow boxes and it's sound like a creative way to display it. Cause I don't like this back here. You guys always see this. This is not planned. Like I just threw stuff on the shelf. I've always meant to like actually organize this and make it look cool. I just never have. I even installed like these lights, little jeweler's lights. I installed these. I had to build these rails and install these lights. So I had big plans. I just never got to it. But now I would like to actually get to it. But my point is I've been going crazy on eBay. Too much, too crazy, too wild. Oh, doesn't know what he's doing. You're going to Disneyland tomorrow? Lucky kid. Say the city debt was paid. Warriors 0-10 splash. I don't know what that means. Bonds Ball Shrine. Exactly. The Barry Bonds one. So I want to do 3 shadow boxes right now that I've been planning. A Barry Bonds Candlestick Pac Bell Park one. A Willie Mays Polo Grounds Rickwood Field Candlestick Park one. And an Oakland Coliseum one. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff I've been getting. Just because... if the Kings move to Seattle, they might have to change their name and colors. I don't think Vivek will move the team. He likes feeling like the king of Sacramento. That's his whole. To me, that's my guess on Vivek's motivation. Is he wants to be Sacramento's guy. Like he wants, when people think of Sacramento, he wants them to think of him, kind of thing. So they sent me 2 of these. I don't know why, but these are not with the shadow boxes, but I've been getting these Latrell Sprewell cards. A lot of these I actually have at my mom's house somewhere, but some of these I got super cheap. Latrell Sprewell was my favorite player. Him and Allen Iverson are still probably my all-time favorite players. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with Latrell Sprewell, he was just incredibly aggressive and violent. So this was kind of his signature dunk. The double tomahawk, he'd jack up his knees like that, his legs, and he would violently throw it down. Now, I was super juiced because my very first Warriors game I ever went to at Oracle Arena, he actually went on a fast break and did this dunk, and it was one of the coolest things in my life up to that point. So I got this card. I don't know why they sent me two, but I won't complain. But yeah, Latrell Sprewell. This is before he choked the coach and sent our franchise in a downward spiral that lasted 15 years. And I got a bunch of other Sprewell cards. His rookie card. I have this card somewhere else too. Like most of these I already have, but I just got good copies of them because I don't know the condition of the ones I have. And these are all super cheap. I mean, who else is collecting Latrell Sprewell cards? It's not a high ticket item, you know? This is like a refractor type thing. This is like when X-Men and comic books and X-Men cards were really big. So they would always do these like crazy comic book looking designs. I don't know what he's doing there. Saving an out of bounds ball. I don't know. I had this card too. This is probably around the time he choked the coach, because you can see he's wearing the early 90s jersey, but it has the new logo there. So this is the year that they changed uniforms. And then also you see his hair growing. He ended up growing braids that he carried through the New York Knicks and the Timberwolves as well. But this was my favorite player. So, and then this one's special. I never had this one, but this is actually an autographed card. So I got Latrell Sprewell's autograph. And he's also doing his signature dunk in the autograph, in the card. So, sorry these don't. I'm just using this webcam, so I'm sorry these aren't like, it's not super easy to see, but I'm just excited about these. I think they're cool. Yeah, he was incredibly aggressive. He would drive to the paint like full speed. He was great on defense. He was just an all-around player. He was a decent three-point shooter too. So you would hear, spree for three. I loved Sprewell. He was a lot of fun. When he finally made an all-star game, I was over the moon. Peace to you, everybody. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. I kept hush, let you cook all your end of year here. Dada Supreme. Yeah, Sprewell had the Dada shoes. Kings would have been rebranded to the Sonics and Sac. What up, Diosa? You don't have to apologize. Coolest sporting event I went to was the Dame Series winner against Houston. How cool. Unless you like truckers and assaulters and basketball players who assault players and fans. Wait, what? Is that Sprewell? Sprewell's not a very nice dude. Here he wasn't, but he was my favorite player. Hey, Dylan, sorry for being late. It's all good, Josie, dude. Yeah, it looks like a good game. I was watching a lot of it. Yeah. Commanders and Falcons, good game. What is the little star next to his name? He is a member. He joined as a member on the channel, so he gets access to members only behind the scenes videos and things like that. So you can become a member on the channel and have the same star on your name. Kind of miss the days when guys would go into the paint and out physical guys. For sure, yeah. For sure. Then I got some other cards. So these I'm going to try to use for the shadow box. So this card actually kind of sucks and it's really hard to see, but it's a picture of Rickwood Field during the MLB game there that you guys know I went to. So I like the fact that I'm in this card somewhere, and there's a picture of Willie Mays on the scoreboard with with the St. Louis Cardinals in their throwbacks there. That's actually Brandon Crawford, number 35. I just got this card because I was there. And then I got some Willie Mays cards I'm going to put in the shadow box. I like the old vintage look of these cards. You know, this is a classic. This is a classic reprint right here. So yeah, my Willie Mays shadow box I'm really excited about, but there's a Willie Mays ball I got. It's like a commemorative ball, commemorative edition. And I also got something even better than this coming, but it's not here yet, so I will wait to show it. But this has like a little Willie Mays write-up and a picture of Willie. One of the main things is some Rickwood Field dirt, which I ordered a couple months ago, but I also ordered a shirt, and they said that shirt was back ordered, so they emailed me. I was like, no problem, but now I still haven't got a response back where my dirt is. But there's gonna be like some Rickwood Field dirt in the shadow box, along with a bunch of my Willie Mays stuff, including the pamphlet for his celebration of life and the pin that they gave us for his celebration of life. So it's gonna be a whole Willie Mays Rickwood Field. I'll probably put in my little Polo Grounds I've showed you guys before model thing. So I don't know. Still trying to figure it out, how I'm gonna plan it out. What was the other thing? I don't know if this will go in the shadow box, but I got the old school style Willie Mays bobblehead. I can fit it in the shadow box because I'm going to do a big shadow box, but I don't know if this will go in there. I got some other Willie Mays stuff to put in there, like figures. Also, but yeah, I'm having fun. I'm having fun grabbing all this stuff and trying to think of ways I can display it. And then I got, my Barry Bonds ball, thanks to Gabriel, Gamer Athletics, right? So I'm trying to do my Barry Bonds shadow box. I got the Barry Bonds stealing a home run here. A lot of people forget that he was a Gold Glove left fielder. And I see a lot of people trying to downplay him now, saying like, oh, he wasn't a 5-tool player. His arm sucked. Like, shut up, dude. Like, his arm didn't suck. It wasn't like Bo Jackson level. He won a Gold Glove, 8 times? Something like that in left field. So he was a great left fielder before he just kind of got slow. Miss those days players used to go to the stand and beat up fans and throw each other. Show me some bobble cheeks. There you go, Richard. There it is. Bobble cheeks, baby. Jaden is cooking. Hey, I like Jaden, man. What's up, Connor? I actually talked about Jimmy Carter at the top of this live stream. But R.I.P. Jimmy Carter. He was a great man. John Morant, Young Dolph card. I would like that card, actually. R.I.P. Young Dolph. Classic Willie Mays cards are amazing. Yeah, some of them are like I've been getting reprints and stuff, obviously, because I'm not a baller, but I love the vintage look, the illustrated look. What's up, Dylan? Just want to know if there's been any progress on the giveaway stuff in the last live stream. Out of time this week. No, so I mentioned at the top of the live stream, all the giveaway stuff is put aside. I just have to wait till payday in the new year, like next week, and I'll send it all out. So no worries, but it is put aside. I'm not going to forget. I just need to wait for payday. What the heck is a shadow box? It's like a frame, like a picture frame, but it's thick, so you can put 3D things in it. So a lot of times people put like a photo with a flower, you can put flowers. So it's like a display box, kind of. Did you hear about D'Angelo Russell trade? I did. Going back to the Nets. D'Angelo Russell's bouncing back and forth. Remember Linsanity? I thought he would have became the next great point guard. Yeah, Linsanity was a fun time. He was on the Warriors. Half the fun of live stream is seeing Dylan look around and grab random items. People just remember the homers. Yeah, for sure. It's a remake. Last year in Candlestick. Wait, what's a remake? Willie Mays. Oh, the bobblehead? Yes. There's a good fight in the stands. I didn't see that. Commanders has the ball on the 3-yard line, 3rd and goal. What's up, Jake? St. Mary's LBJ. I don't have that one. Sometimes I do wonder if Carter wasn't meant for federal policy. It's a very cutthroat business, for sure. Giveaway replica voucher. Commanders win and go to the playoffs. Wow. Shout out to Adam Peters. Shout out to Bob Myers. Once again, Bay Area sports wins. People may not know, but Lion has a ring as a member of the Raptors. He's riding the pine, however. Lion? Oh, Lynn. Yeah. What else was I going to show you guys? Oh, I got the Barry Bonds bobblehead. This one's cool. I have so much cool stuff. I'm not even going to show it all because I've been going stupid. I'm going stupid, guys. Shout out Bay Area Throwbacks. He actually got this one. I saw he did a video on it, but this was a giveaway from 2010. This is Joe DiMaggio in a San Francisco Seals uniform, the Pacific Coast League team he played for with his brothers. They played at Seals Stadium on 16th and Bryant. The Giants played at Seals Stadium when they first moved for a couple years before Candlestick was built. But Joe DiMaggio, San Francisco Seals bobblehead. How cool is that? And this one's a hefty one, man. It's heavy, really good quality. Joe DiMaggio, San Francisco Seals. Love it. We love it, folks, don't we? Want Gabe to invite you to games that he goes to? Not gonna happen. Yeah, Mike Brown needs to come back. And then this one too, I took it out. The card it was on was all water damaged and messed up. So it made an easy decision for me to just bring it out of the package. I had to wash it even because it had some cardboard residue. That's how water damaged the cardboard was. And then this one I just opened because I want it on my shelf. This is a starting lineup of Mel Ott, one of the legendary New York Giants. One of those guys that most of us, have no connection to. We just see the name around the ballpark. But longtime New York Giant. Probably him and Christy Mathewson are the two early legendary Giants. So I just thought this was cool. I'm having it on my shelf, I'll show some pins. Let's just show some pins. Add custom emojis for members. I want to do that. Just haven't had time. Lately I've been looking at SF Seal merch and Oakland Oaks merch. I was going to show it off. I didn't wear it today, but I have a new Oakland Oaks hat I really like. Go visit Joe's grave in Colma. Yeah, that's a video I'm trying to do soon, actually. Did you watch Squid Game Season 2? No, I started the first episode. I could barely remember what happened in the first season, though. I didn't remember any of the characters, really, except for the main dude. So I shut it off after 15 minutes because I was like, this is so boring. I don't know what's going on. He was just running around with pink hair. I'm like, I don't know what he's doing. But I will eventually rewatch it when I'm more settled. I I've had a really rough week, okay? This past week has been very mentally difficult on me. And so I was not in the mood to focus. The Polo Grounds and Yankee Stadium were walking distance. They were right across the river from each other, so you could see one another from each other. This pin is a Unical pin, so I don't know. I gotta look into why. And it's a lot of Bay Area stuff, so I don't know if this was just like a Bay Area or California thing. But 76 gas stations had a whole bunch of pins. So a lot of times if you're looking for vintage sports pins, you'll see that they were 76 pins. So this is another one. This was from a series. This is 3 homers at the Coliseum. Only 3 A's players in the history of the Oakland Coliseum have belted 3 home runs in one game. Reggie Jackson was the first in 1969, and then in 1991, both Harold Baines and Dave Henderson cracked 3 homers in one game in Oakland. So it's hard to see, but it's like the Oakland Coliseum. It says 3 homers in one game, and it has all 3 of their names: Jackson, Baines, Henderson at the bottom. And you can see it has the Unical 76. Unical, I don't think they use that name anymore. I think it's all been dissolved, but it's a 76 gas station. I don't know the history of these. I'm sure someone out there knows the history of why 76 gas stations had all these pins. But when you look at classic pins, and it's actually not just 76, a lot of gas stations did pins. But I wish you could see it better. I'm sorry, it's just a webcam, but it's a really cool pin. A's, Coliseum, and their names. And then, I need a vacation. No one wants to join me. I'm sorry, Jake. There's some amazing photos online if you just search New York Yankees and Polo Grounds. For sure. I share a lot of them in the Discord, too. If you guys want to join the Discord, whenever I find those pictures, I post them. Think about how cool that must have been to watch the Yankees and Giants and Dodgers play against each other back in the old days. For sure. And what's always crazy is that the Giants, for a long time, were the cool team. Like, the Giants were, like, the big team. And the Yankees and Dodgers were kind of like, you know, I don't know. They were just less popular. But then, over time, that kind of changed. The Giants had some down years. The Yankees, added all these crazy Hall of Famers. And then the Yankees kind of took over as like the top team. Think about how cool. Yeah, 76 in Oregon. Yeah, I'm just talking about the pins though. What website do you get that pin from? I think these were all from eBay. And then here's some of the Chevron pins. I have a series of Chevron pins also from when Pac Bell Park opened. And these are actually both the same pin. But these are, I want to say these were reissues. I don't know if these are, I thought they were reissues or they were just commemorative at the time. But this is commemorating first game played at Candlestick Park, April 12th, 1960. The logo's different, so I'm assuming this is just a commemoration pin. I was thinking it was a reissue from when the park opened, but I don't think so. It has the score. Giants won 3-1 against the Cardinals. I'm sorry, I know with the webcam it's hard to see, but it's actually Candlestick Park. It says the Giants. It says the date and the score at the bottom. And as you can see, this is a Chevron pin. So I have a whole series of pins. Actually, I think there's Chevron also of Pac Bell Park, and it's a whole series of them. One's like a splash hit pin. One's like the dated the first game, and it's like 4 or 5 different pins. Let me open this one. And to comment this on the video, forgot. The atmosphere is sad at Chase. I know we're getting spanked, but it's never been anything like Oracle. Yeah, like Chase Center sucks, folks. Oh, I hate to say it. Oh, not the arena. It's just people have been priced out. And it's too many golf clappers. It's too many people just sitting on their hands. It's too many just techies. It's too many people just there to be there. Chase Center, the atmosphere is just nothing like Roracle. And me and my buddy Brandon that you see in the video, if anyone even watched the video, because that's the last time I ever upload a video on a Saturday. I tried to do a shock drop on Saturday, and that video got no views. But the last video at the Warriors game, me and my boy Brandon, we were telling my brother Cole, we're like, man, Oracle would be loud this whole time. But Chase Center gets loud, but like stuff has to happen. Like if Steph hits a couple shots, it'll get loud. But like Oracle, it was just loud from the gate, even when the Warriors sucked. I mean, I want to say like, 2008, 2009, like we had the We Believe team, but like other than that, we weren't that great in that time span. And we were still in like top 5 or 10 in attendance, and it was always loud, even when we sucked. And, but to be fair, even Oracle got like that in the last, like with all the success, because when the Warriors were trash, it's like people aren't going to go there for the trend. People are going to go there because they like basketball and they like the Warriors. But then when the team is successful and you got people like Steph Curry on the team and whatnot, then you got the people who are like, oh, we should go. We should check that out. And they're not actually like loud and rowdy. And so Oracle got like that because of all the success too. Oracle was the same thing. It was a bunch of people just going because it was something to do, and that they didn't want FOMO. They didn't want to get left out. They wanted to see this great team. So it's kind of the same thing. But now like or Chase has definitely like cemented it, and it sucks. And the ticket prices are so high, it's crazy, man. Like I can't even tell you, this random regular season game. It was a couple days before Christmas, but still, regular season game against the Pacers, and the ticket prices were crazy. So, I don't know, man. So I demanded a national team right after the Dodgers and Yankees leaving. Yep. The Mets are the child of the Dodgers and Giants. Fortunately, the Warriors abandoned their blue-collar Oakland fan base for the rich. That's a way oversimplified version of what happened. When the Warriors played Oracle in an arena, people feared playing there. Oracle, yep. Happens at every new stadium. They always build for the rich people. Yeah, for sure. It's like luxury. It's like... And again, it got this way in Oakland too. It got this way at Oracle. It's not like Oakland fans are suddenly not going to the games just because. It's because they're priced out. And because, these are not people I want to hate on, but it's what you see a lot is like the dad who's like brings his 2 kids, and the kids are super excited. They're wearing their Steph jersey and all that, but the dad's just taking them to see Steph Curry. They're not going there like, let's get loud. They're just going there because it's something to do. And that's what you see a lot of, like rich tech guys bringing their families. When they moved the Giants from Candlestick to Pac Bell, they added the whole section that's completely barred off. You can't even go down to the field and get autographs. You can now, though. There's a section you can go down. Evening, ladies and gentlemen. What up, JD? I don't know how Giants fans put up with that. Every other ballpark allows you to go down before the game starts and get autographs. I think the Giants, I'm pretty sure you can. I could be wrong, though, but I always see people lined up right by the dugout. But I'm not like an autograph chaser like that, so I just never really tried. Motor Center used to get loud. It's gotten pretty corporate. People get priced out and the team sucks. Yeah, this is happening all over sports. It's like they're building for luxury. They're building for the rich people. And it just becomes like a rich people hangout. And they're just not loud and rowdy. And it just ruins the atmosphere. It's just not fun. What was cool, though, was the moment of silence for Ricky Henderson. That was actually really surreal. It's in my video. It was really strange being in a full arena and it's completely silent. That was weird. I felt like I was back at Arco Arena when we explored it. It's getting to be that same type of blah audience in many sports venues. Yeah, for sure. For sure. People are going there for the look. They're going there because it's trendy. They're going there. They give their like corporate gifts and stuff, and They bring clients like, oh, let's get Warriors tickets, bring this client. Stuff like that, man. And the tech companies do it constantly. So it's just, ugh. People would chase see more interested in stocks and bonds in the game. I wouldn't say stocks and bonds, more like it's more tech oriented than that. It's AI and software sales. Software as a service. Ticket prices will go down after the team starts to lose. It's going to be normal course of events. Yeah, but the thing is, once you set the prices so high, nobody wants to go lower. And because the people buying the tickets too, like season ticket holders, they're being, because I know I'm a 49er season ticket holder. They keep charging me more and more every year. And it's like, if I try to resell any, I basically have to lose money. It's just, it sucks. It's like my tickets should be cheap because I'm willing to buy the whole season, and then I can sell them for cheap, and then people can go for cheap. Passion. There isn't any passion amongst the fans anymore. Like you say, it's a bunch of people sitting on their hands and people that never. Yeah, and look, a lot of these people, they like basketball. They like Steph Curry. They're just not passionate, rowdy fans. They're just more like, oh, I like Steph Curry, man. He's fun to watch. And then they bring their sons and they mingle. You know, it's just, yeah. Same with the 49ers with Levi's. Yeah, the 49ers with Levi's, same thing. Just corporate tech. Yeah, it's annoying. What's not real, Richard? Do you think taking the team out of Oakland and moving it across the bay has anything to do with it? Very little, honestly. I know everyone blames it on that, but I think it's very little because I go across the bay for games all the time, back and forth. Like, look, if you're a Warriors fan, yes, it's more annoying to get to, but it's not like they moved them 200 miles away. Yeah, I'm sure a small percentage of people might go to less games just because of where it is and just be like, oh, it's harder to get to. I don't feel like going. But overwhelmingly, the issue is pricing. Overwhelmingly. I mean, I'm telling you guys, 10 years ago, let's say, I used to go to games, Warriors games, all the time for less than $10 a ticket. All the time. I would go to a handful of games a season and I would only go for pretty much less than $10 a game. And I'm talking about, like, I saw Oklahoma City Thunder with KD, Westbrook. I think Harden was still on the Thunder. So, like, this was like a really good team. And I saw them for like $8 a ticket. And now we went to see the Pacers. It was over $300 a ticket. So for me and my brother, it was $700 for one regular season game. Not even NBA Cup. One regular season game against the Pacers. And I used to go for under $10. Like, that is a much bigger factor than the team not being in Oakland. Look, all these teams, they cater to the rich guys. It's the rich guys being rich guys. Like I said, don't trust them. Don't trust Vivek. Don't trust any of these rich guys. You're assuming the team's going to continue to win. Yeah, exactly. They raise the prices to these crazy levels even if the team falls off, you know? Ultimate corporate crowd of all sports has to be SoFi. I can imagine. I mean, when I went there was a lot of fans. I'll give them credit, but yeah, I could see that. I think we would have gotten that way if the Warriors were in Oakland. I'm telling you, it was already getting that way. Oracle Arena was getting the same kind of criticism. It was like, man, these don't feel the same anymore because the Warriors were winning championships and all the techies and stuff are like, oh, that's the place to be. And then the rich people show up and they ruin the vibe. It's like gentrification of sports teams. I get the whole new stadium thing, but I watch the EPL. When teams over there move stadiums, it doesn't lose its atmosphere. So much passion, they don't allow it to diminish. I just think they're not catering to just corporate needs, and these other teams are, and they're raising prices like crazy. That's what I'm trying to tell you. When they opened the Washington Wizards arena, the tickets were crazy, and they dropped to $10. It's going to take 20 years, man. I mean, I don't want us to suck that long, so I don't know. We'll see. I regularly do A's Warriors doubleheaders in Oakland, and you do it for cheaper than you could get a ticket now, I bet. $700 for two people is just insane for a regular season basketball game. Have you seen the new Roots Stadium proposal? I have. We talked about it, I think, last week or the week before. If the NBA, I like the NBA Cup. I'm excited for it to grow, actually. Anyways, another pin. Let's see if I can get it to focus. It's Pac Bell Park, all gold. It says Pacific Bell Park on it, and it's the tower, the clock tower. I guess it's not a clock tower. There's no clock on it, huh? Whatever, the entryway tower. So I'm gonna probably use this for my Barry Bonds shadow box. And then also for the Barry Bonds shadow box, I got 660 home runs. Oh, no, this is 600. Sorry. This is the 600 home runs one. And I like that it has Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, and Willie Mays ahead of them right here. 600 home runs pin. And then this one I love because it's like the sign they have up on the wall. Road to History 756. And this is a pin also, so I'm going to put these in the shadow box. And then for the Willie Mays shadow box, I got this cool little Polo Grounds pin with the old New York logo. It says the Polo Grounds. Sorry, I know these are hard to see on the webcam. One of these days I'll have a separate camera that I can like show things up close. But yeah, I'm having fun grabbing all this stuff so I can do these shadow boxes. It'll be fun. I will show you guys the process. Probably do some members only videos. Yeah. I got the Rickwood Field balls also. Do you know what I mean here? And two more big ticket items, folks. Two more big ticket items. It's the price. If the pricing of the regular season Warriors games were like $50, $90, I'd go to more games. But 100 plus, that's what I'm saying. For sure, man. For sure. My uncle and his friends had season tickets for the Giants. Long story short, they built a new stadium. You had to pay $800 for a seat license. No, it's nonsense, man. I was talking about how these buildings only have a 20-year lifespan. Yeah, like, why do they always need bigger and better? Like, I wish more people would do the Fenway Wrigley Field thing. And the thing is, like, so a lot of these stadiums, like the Oakland Coliseum, is the mid-century stadiums, the mid-century concrete monstrosities, as I call them, or the concrete fortresses. A lot of those were, the way they were built and the fact that it was primarily concrete, they were very difficult to upgrade. But it's possible, and you see that at Angel Stadium. Angel Stadium is the same era, and it's been renovated like 3 times. They closed it, then they reopened it. Like it was a full circle for football when the Rams played there. Then they reopened it, and Disney paid all the money to reopen it so that center field is open again. And the inside, they spruced it up so it doesn't feel that bad. So it's possible, but it takes a lot of money and effort. And these people would rather just have, no, I want more luxury stuff for the luxury people. Instead of embracing the history and preserving that history, they just let these places run down. And I talked about it in that Sharks video I did last week. I was about to call it HP Pavilion. The San Jose Arena, a.k.a. HP Pavilion. There's a whole part about the name of the arena I accidentally forgot to put in the video, by the way. I thought I put it in, but I guess I deleted it accidentally. But it was called the San Jose Arena originally, but now it's SAP Center. It was built in the early 90s, and they want to replace it. But like anyone who goes to Sharks games, SAP Center, it's not a huge place. Most of the newer arenas are much bigger, but it's a really nice arena. There's nothing wrong with it. It's clean. It doesn't feel old. It doesn't feel run down. The only issue with it is like a lot of the luxury stuff is way up top, but like it sucks that they wouldn't just renovate it instead of already having rumblings of building a new place or moving. And we hope that doesn't happen, right? We all hope. And that's another thing. If we're going to talk about the owners again, right across the way, across the airport on the other side is, I was going to say Avaya Stadium, PayPal Park now, where the San Jose Earthquakes play. It was originally built cheaply and quickly because the MLS was not as big as it is now, and it was the Earthquakes. It wasn't a huge team, right? So now they're talking about they want to build a new stadium, right? There's rumblings. From who? John Fisher, everybody. Oh, my God. Oh, John Fisher. So this might be another I told you so, but my prediction has been John Fisher, if he's able to get the A's to Vegas, he wants the Earthquakes on the next flight out behind the A's to Vegas because Vegas wants an MLS team. MLS would like Vegas to get a team. So John Fisher can be like, I already have a team. I already moved a team to Vegas. I already know how to do this. Let's move the team. That's my prediction. Not that what will happen, but that is my prediction on what John Fisher wants. And that's another park that they just want to replace just cuz. And my only hope, if that was to happen, is that the MLS would then allow the Oakland Roots to be promoted. That's my only hope. As an owner, you know what I mean? But yeah, don't trust these owners, folks. Sharks likely aren't going to move out of the Bay Area. I mean, I don't think so, but look, these owners and these teams, they will threaten it if it helps them get what they want. Well, let's catch up. The head Giants houses on average 35 rides. What's going on? Show me the puppets. I don't have the puppets, Richard. What do you think of the whole 16-team NBA playoff idea, eliminating the East and West? I don't like it. I would actually rather the conferences mean more than they do. Sorry, I forgot about the part. Yes, cheaper than anything now. I'd be sunburned from an A's day game and still hit the Warriors at the arena. Maybe $40 for both games. That's what I'm saying. What's crazy is the price of the tickets to see the Giants or Jets is super high. Yeah. Talking about New York football Giants, I got that. Valkyries announced season schedule. I'm excited. I'm hoping the tickets aren't as expensive. I think personal seat licenses basically puts you on a waiting list. I think it's a scam, personally. Yeah, but if Walt Disney doesn't purchase the Angels, that never happens. The reason why that happens is because Disney put money into fixing that stadium. No, yeah, for sure. Also, there's a great E60 documentary. You can watch it on like ESPN Plus or ESPN about the formation of the Mighty Ducks. It was a really fun watch if you want to see how the movie led to the franchise. The amount of money that they put into Fenway and Wrigley Field is not the norm. Yeah, I'm just saying I wish it was a norm. To me, it hurts. Look, some of the mid-century ones, they can get replaced. But some of these other ones, they don't need to be replaced. Like, I do hope Oracle Park. I hope Camden Yards. I hope these places, people don't start talking about replacing them, which I don't think. I think those two parks are safe. There's a lot of them that should be safe. To me, it hurts the Dubs finally see some success in that arena, then up and left it. I mean, I understand they need to upgrade, but I have my way. Old Yankee Stadium would still be in use. Yeah, no, I kind of agree. I mean, I loved Oracle Arena. I saw his 2020 after knowing what we know now, but really surprised the A's didn't take down Mount Davis. I'm surprised too, but they didn't want to spend any money. I mean, they were letting that place rot. I'd rather SAP get renovated and upgraded. Agreed. One of the most underrated stadiums is Providence Park. I've always wanted to see Providence Park. Was it the Portland Beavers? Was it the Beavers played there? The battered bastards of baseball. How do you feel about Dave Cavill leaving? Formerly Kansas City, Philly, then Oakland, temporary Sacramento, then Vegas, maybe Utah Athletics. I'm glad he's out of there. I think he's going to disappear. I don't think we're going to hear much about him anymore. Some people are thinking we will. I don't think we will. Didn't the Earthquakes used to play in a very, very tiny stadium on the campus of Santa Clara? They might have. I don't remember. I wasn't into MLS back then, so I don't know. And there was another Earthquakes team before this team as well. I doubt Joey Bats will let that happen since he already has investors to get the Las Vegas Lights to MLS. Yeah, we'll see. But look, I'm not saying that's what will happen or it's realistic. I just think that's what John Fisher is hoping for. And that's why, look, right as he gets the A's out of Oakland, all of a sudden he's like, oh, and this PayPal Park's just not cutting it, guys. Oh, man. You know? Why did he leave after they left Oakland? I don't know, man. He's a weirdo. PayPal Park is a nice park. Went there for a Roots game last year. It was great and perfect for a soccer match. Could be better with wind, but it's still good. Yeah, it seems cool. I've never been inside, but I've always liked it from the outside. I don't think the NHL would want to leave the Bay Area. Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily be in San Jose. Cammy Yard seems like a stadium that'll be there as long as possible. I hope so. All right, some big ticket items. What's up, Marie? Portland Beavers, unfortunately, I don't think it was ever meant for baseball. I've heard it was too big for minor league. All right. Now, I've been going crazy on eBay, like I said, and I got 2 Grails. I don't have them yet, though, but I won 2 auctions and got 2 Grails that I will show you guys at some point in the next few weeks. But while I was looking for those Grails, I also found this. Hold on, I'm going to show you the box first. So, you guys know I've been showing you these ballparks that I collect now. Like, here's the Shibe Park where the Philadelphia A's played. Now, this brand or this company that put these ones out is called Danbury Mint. And they put these ones out mostly in the early 2000s. So there's not really any updated ones, but from the early 2000s, you can find a whole bunch of ballparks and stadiums, arenas. So this is kind of, from what I've seen, this is the best. This company does the best recreations. They're not perfect, but they're pretty darn good. They're pretty cool. So on my journey looking at those, I've also found, some other ones. Some giveaway ones. This is a giveaway Qualcomm Stadium baseball configuration when the Padres played there. But this is a different company. It's a little smaller. Some of them are really bad. Some of them are really good. Some of them don't even look like the park they're supposed to be. So I saw this other company, this other brand pop up a couple times. All right, here's Stadium Collectible from Sport Collectors Guild. Okay? And the ones I saw didn't look that great, but when I see them at a super cheap price, I might still pull the trigger. So, I found this Candlestick Park one. Look at that. Candlestick Park. And I was pleasantly surprised because in the pictures it looked garbage. Now you got to be careful. The lights are very sensitive. But I'm pleasantly surprised at the quality of this one because the other ones from this company, I think they're not photogenic. But man, it's got the escalators, got the walkways, the ramps. I mean, this is pretty darn good. Lights fragile signs just in case. I mean, it's even got the scoreboard with the proper ads. It's got a Budweiser ad. It says 3Com Park. Now, I'm going to take these stickers off actually. Taking the stickers off. And what's cool is the lights are fragile. But all the lights are in good condition here. And it's even got foul poles. Look how cool that is. It's got foul poles. Right? So I sat right up here for the last game at Candlestick. Niners Falcons. Right over here, this upper deck in right field, I almost caught a batting practice home run from Darryl Strawberry. And there was nobody else up there except for one other kid, and he just happened to be like 5 feet closer to it. Otherwise, I would have had a Daryl Strawberry Bowl, and I will never forget that. But man, this one is I'm so thrilled with this because I really thought it was going to be a tiny little crap one, and it ended up being phenomenal. So I am so juiced about this. It's got some styrofoam in it. I can clean it out, but I mean the foul poles alone are super cool because most of these do not have stuff like that. See the huge foul territories, sort of like Oakland Coliseum. But yeah, man, I'm juiced. I'm juiced. And I got some other stuff along this lines coming. Some bucket list ones, or not bucket list, holy grails that I will show you guys as well when the time comes. There's a new minor league team called the Hillsboro Hops. I think I've seen their logo. Replica looks like a cake. Don't damage the candles. That's the best part about the park, for real. And then there's this other brand, and I don't even know what this brand is, because these ones just say Sports Stadium, right? Like, I don't even... The celebrated home of your favorite team. Now you can own an authentic replica of your favorite team's stadium. Each sculpture is expertly handcrafted and carefully hand-painted with an astonishing level of detail. The fans and the bleachers are in the team's colors. All our replicas are officially licensed. And the funny thing is, like, it doesn't even say what their brand is. Yeah, what if I want more? Is it just called Sports Stadium? Because that's a terrible name to search for. But this is one of the small kind of crap ones, but it's actually, the shape is perfect, so it's kind of cool. It's really tiny, but if you can see, can you guys guess what park that is in football configuration? Let me open it up. But I'm addicted to these little ballparks, and stadiums. So I'm gonna have to find a way to display them. I want to put them on a shelf with lighting and have them kind of at an angle so you can kind of see in. This one, tiny. Look at this thing. Network Associates Coliseum. It's the Oakland Coliseum, folks, for the Raiders. But they put the big giant football and the field goal posts, which is cool. Mount Davis. Obviously not super detailed. But detailed enough, you know. Look at the scoreboards in the right shape. It says Ricky Henderson Field on it now. Didn't back then. But yeah, it's a cool little one. So yes, these ones aren't as cool, like as detailed as well done, but sometimes I'll find these for like $10-15, if not cheaper, so I'll just go ahead and pull the trigger. So I thought this was definitely a cool one to get. I'm probably in that, oddly enough. And then let's compare it, actually. Oh, I got a Willie McCovey. Did I show you guys this too? Got a starting lineup Willie McCovey. I got this for like $2. But I have the official giveaway here from the last game. Let's compare and contrast. So this one just incredibly sloppy in many ways. It's much bigger. This one actually has, like, on the field some marks, like it's just not smooth. I almost feel like this one might be better. It's more detailed somehow, you know. It is cool to see it like this, to see the football configuration in those those middle seats, how they would put them in and pull them out. But yeah, man. I don't know. I kind of think this one wins. Mount Davis on both sides. Dude, the unofficial one is kind of way better. And it's tinier. I think the A's lose again on that, you know? The A's lose again on that one as they rip off their fans. Look, as I've said though, this is not just an A's story. This is all the teams and all the owners. They all suck. It's just whose turn is it to suck? Huh? Whose turn is it? The Candlestick one blows me away, though. It's so well done. And like I said, I thought it was a crap company, and I got that one for really cheap. So that's exciting, folks. Peace tea, everybody. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. Anything else? I guess I'll save more for next week. Got an official Rickwood Field ball. Yeah, I'll spread it out, right? I'll spread the love. So I'll show you that an unofficial stadium replica is way better. Yeah, for sure. I'm going to the bathroom, folks. A very rare break. But go ahead, mingle amongst yourselves, talk amongst yourselves. I need to go to the bathroom. This peace tea hit me. Then we're going to talk about this year in 2025, okay? I wish I could put this right here just bobbling while I'm gone. Be right back, folks. He feels like a new man, folks. He feels like a new man. How'd everyone's Christmases go? That's all I want to know. Yeah, I'm human. I am human. All right. 2024, folks. 24. Oh, let's rate this cup. I got a cup to rate. Volume services. Drive safely. 1990 Championship Series. I love the graphics. American League. Boston Red Sox. Now here's the thing. I judge things by their era, right? So back then they didn't have the same technology to print on cups and do all kinds of crazy stuff that we have now. So I will judge that based on that. Now, here's what I love. It's telling you, for the series itself is pretty cool. Now, it doesn't say where, though. It doesn't say Oakland Coliseum. It doesn't say Fenway. So I'm assuming that they use these at both. I'm wondering if, at the time, Major League Baseball had the deal to make this, as opposed to each stadium. I don't know. So I do wish that it said Oakland Coliseum and Fenway. That's the only My only real gripe. It's a smaller cup. It doesn't do anything innovative. That graphic is awesome though. That's the graphic I grew up on, you know? That's my era right there. So I love that. So I say this is a 7. This is a good 7. That's a good score. I'm a tough critic. That's a good score. That's a 7. And the fact that it's from, it might even be a 7.5, man, just because, like, you know what it's from. Nah, it's a 7. It's a 7 because it didn't do anything innovative. It's smaller. And it was on a Union 15-minute break. I need to set it up so I can play music if I need to take a break. Bought my dad $1,000 brand new robot mower. Didn't even get a yay. It went over like a pile of manure. Oh, man. Got my mom a large clock, and she was like so excited, so sad. Both parents act so differently. Oh, man. 2 different personalities. How do you feel about Buddy Hield's slump? I want him to get out of it soon. Because, you know what I mean? Text you a cup to rate? Okay, let me, I see it. I got it. Is that, so there's only one graphic on both sides? Or is there a different side to that? Send it to the Discord so I can download it. Join the Discord, everybody. It's fun. Woo! I will rate this cup. I actually have a whole bunch of cups to rate, but I'm gonna just wait since I just did show and tell on the other cups. But let's get this one in real quick. I don't think I have this cup too. This is a. Whoa! Why is it huge on my screen? Okay. Hold on. Setting this up. There it is. Okay. All right. Back-to-back NBA champions. You got a cool graphic. But like I said, I rate it based on the time, right? Look, this is a 7.5. I'm going to up this to a 7.5. And so 1989 World Series Cup, I buy that in a heartbeat. For real, Josie. Is there a year printed on the cup? If you're talking about this one, yes, it says 1990 right there. 1990 League Championship Series. It's a repeat graphic front and back. Oh, that's gonna knock it down. Now it looks like it's pretty good. Structurally. Part of me is wondering if the kind of minimalist, just all white is cool in a way. But I don't know. I'm leaning towards this cup would be awesome in the early 90s. But we have better technology now. The graphic is awesome though. But the fact it's repeated, the fact that it doesn't do anything innovative, the fact that it doesn't say Oracle Arena, that's going to knock it down to a 6.5. Now I'm biased. So in my look, I'm a very serious man, folks. I take my ratings very seriously. So in my heart, this is like a 8.5, 9, because I never thought we'd get one championship, let alone 4, you know what I mean? So I love this cup personally, but I'm a serious souvenir cup rater, and so this is going to have to be a 6.5. Namely, repeated, didn't do anything innovative, doesn't say anything about where it's from. It doesn't say the venue, rather. And the fact that it's plain. So the plain, minimalism might be cool. So that's why it's only half a point off. So I'm taking about 3.5 points off. So yeah, that's 6.5. I personally love it though. You guys got to understand that this is serious business. I take this very seriously. I'm rating it on a very specific criteria. And so it doesn't mean what's in my heart. Because in my heart, I like this cup. I want this cup. I don't think I ever got this cup. So I love this cup. But you can't do repeated graphics, folks. You can't. To all the souvenir cup makers out there, as much as I love the Warriors and I love this graphic, you can't do repeated graphics. Okay? Shot simple. If that pans out, if Buddy Hield comes back and he's stronger after the break, then yeah, great. Gonna assume you could only get the cup at the Coliseum in Fenway. Yeah, but it's interesting to think that they would have the same cup at both series, like, because now I don't know how the contracts work, but now it seems like each stadium has their own vending contract or whatever, their own partners. And so it's interesting that if MLB or they had a global contract or whatever, I don't know. I'm wondering. So I'm assuming this was probably available at both. So if it said, imagine you made these logos a little smaller or something, and then you had Fenway Park and Oakland Coliseum on it. This would be, for its time, this would be like an 8.5. But as it is, 7.5, I think. Because League Championship Series Cup, you don't see that very often. So now 7. Let's stick to 7. Let's stick to 7. So shot simple. You like the minimalistic too? I mean, part of me likes it, but I don't know if it was intentional. That's the problem. If they get, and the fact that it's a repeated graphic says to me that they were lazy about it. Right? So that to me says that minimalism wasn't by design. It was just out of laziness. And so that, for that reason, 6.5. And the fact they have repeated it may have something to do with the fact it's representing back-to-back wins. No, then they could put 2 different trophies on each one. Nah, we need a graphic cup ranking list. I mean, look, I'm very serious about this. This is very serious business. All right. There's one billionaire I respect is Paul Allen. Paul Allen wasn't too bad, but I don't like any of them. So 2024, folks, it's about to be over. 2024 is about to be over, and I can't really believe it. Wait, did I? I'm trying to see what all the things I've done this year. When I release stuff. So here's February. Okay. So last year, right at the end of last year, a couple weeks before New Year's, I put out the farewell candlestick video. And that did very well. And my first full video wasn't until a month later. That's right. Over a month later. February 3rd. The 49ers championship game, heading to the Super Bowl. Comeback victory against the Detroit Lions. So I started the year off with that experience for a video. Durability, the 1990 cup has to be worth at least half a point. I mean, that cup is older than me. It looks better than me. Shot simple, you're right. Shot simple, you're saying I go 7.5 on this just because of the construction. It is nice. It's not flimsy. You make a good point. We'll do 7.5 on this. I was going to go 7 just because it's a smaller cup also. And look, if they put out this cup now, it would be way lower. But you have to rate things by their time, right? It's like, that's why I hate when people will be like, oh, so-and-so would get cooked by today's players. And it's like, yeah, everything gets better, though. Like, we learn and the game grows and there's more techniques. And, you have a New Year's resolution? Possibly. I'll get to that. 2014 kind of sucked for me, minus Dune 2 and Godzilla X Kong. Times Kong. How do you say it? Godzilla vs. Kong? Godzilla and Kong? Godzilla times Kong? Godzilla multiplied by Kong? Failed to do things I wanted to do. We all do that, though, man. You can't be hard on yourself, you know? I didn't see that one. I haven't seen Dune 2 yet either because I want to rewatch Dune. And I loved the first Dune. Not the original, like the Timothée Chalamet one, though. I loved it. So I want to rewatch it before I watch Dune 2. Mine too, right, guy. I need to lose weight also. So look, I started the year off with the NFC Championship game video. That was so much fun. And then we did the Candlestick update. We climbed into the Candlestick lights. That was super fun. And then it was filmed earlier, but I finally put out the Byron Hot Springs video. That did well. And then we had Oakland Fans Fest. I got to meet so many cool people also for that. I mean, we're talking, you know, the Oakland Ballers were now a thing. They announced in November, but now they were actually in motion. You know, at Fans Fest, we got to meet old players. I got to shake JT Snow's hand, which was awesome. I got to meet Gamer Athletics, actually. He was my favorite YouTuber, so it was really cool. He actually gave me a moment of his time. That was really sweet of him. I put out the Hagia Sophia video, which I had also filmed a while back before that. You know, my first international video. It's barely got any views still to this day. It's got 419 views, folks. Wasn't a big hit, but it meant something to me because I traveled internationally and I made a video. And then we had Giants Fan Fest. Okay, the official one. Oakland Fans Fest was unofficial, by the fans, for the fans. And then we had San Francisco Giants Fan Fest. And what they did last year and what apparently they're going to do this year, which I don't like, is they're doing a tour. So they're doing mini fan fests up until the official one at Oracle Park. Now, the reason I don't like that is because then it's delayed. And by the time they get to Oracle Park, all the players are at spring training already. So the players aren't there like they used to be. But this was a great day for me because I got to go in the clubhouse for the first time. I'd never been in the Giants clubhouse except for at Candlestick Park, but I had never been into the Oracle Park clubhouse. So I got to go in the clubhouse, and it was the first video or the first anything I've ever done. Yeah, you're right. It is smaller for the beer, but if you're going to get a souvenir cup, I'm ranking it as if it wasn't. So yeah, you're totally right. This is like a beer cup, but if you're gonna get a souvenir cup and you're gonna charge me extra, that plays into it, right? I'm a very serious man, folks. The Giants Fan Fest video was the first time ever, after years of doing this, that the San Francisco Giants acknowledged me and what I was doing. Right, guy. Yes, it was. I will, Jake. I'm planning on it. I had more videos to do out there, but it started storming. So I did put an extra, there's 2 extra members only videos from Istanbul, but I put them as members only because they're not like full videos. They're more like just vlogs and random stuff. The San Francisco Giants, whoever their media person is, social media, whatever, I don't know who, but they watched the video and they left a comment on YouTube, and they said, they made a joke about a joke that I made in the video, which shows me they actually watched it, and that was super cool. So whoever this intern is for the Giants or whoever, The fact that it was the first time someone from the San Francisco Giants acknowledged what I was doing meant the world to me. So that was definitely a thrill, and something I'm very proud of. And then right after that, they fired Rennell, and I got really angry at the Giants. I still think that was awful. Terrible, terrible move. Let's see. We did the Imaginarium. I got to go to Globe Life Field with my niece. She got to run the bases. I got to go on the field. We did a video years ago at Globe Life Park, and now we got to do one at the new field. You know, I mentioned it last year in a live stream that in 2024, I wanted to focus a lot on baseball stuff because I hadn't been knocking out baseball parks like I had planned to, like I wanted to. And so at this point, just a few videos into the year, I mean, it was months into the year, but I wasn't doing a lot of videos at the time. You know, I had done Oakland Fans Fest. I had done Giants Fan Fest and gone into the clubhouse and all that. And I did Globe Life Field. You know, before the season was even fully underway, which was cool. I did the Funeral Museum in Houston video. That video was filmed before, but I love that video. It was super fun. Then, before Disneyland, I went to Angel Stadium, and I did a really fun episode at Angel Stadium. So my effort to do more baseball content was in full swing. And right after Angel Stadium, we did the opening game for the Oakland Ballers, who I am now a partial owner of. Oh, folks. Oh, right? So, yeah, 2024 was definitely the year of baseball on this channel. But I love baseball, and I think baseball history is probably the funnest of all the sports. So I really was enjoying it. I've heard you can even get the dust in your eyes and sitting in one of those mini suites at Oracle Park. I don't know. I'm going to get my driver's license so I can go to places. Good luck, Jake. You got this. Is your niece in Dallas or Houston? You don't have to respond. Near Dallas. Not Dallas, but near. Yeah, so, I mean, halfway through the year, and I was able to knock out 2 MLB ballparks and the Oakland Ballers, Raimondi Park, which was cool. And obviously, look, Zach Hampel's going to different games every day, right? But, like, I don't have the means to do that. So doing even what I do is awesome to me. Yeah, and Diosa, you called it. Sutter's Fort was right after that. Also, we filmed that on the trip to do Arco Arena, so that was a video that I had to sit on for a while because of things I can't talk about, but I finally decided to put it out. So Sutter's Fort, some California history, some Gold Rush history, Wild West history. I love that video. It was a lot of fun. And then I did the hype video for Last Dive Bar for the Oakland Ballers. Let's see if I can put this on, if you guys can see this. Hold on a second. I'll just play a moment of it.
When you see a baseball park, a stadium, a
So this was a hype video that they actually played at the Ballers game, which was super cool.
The commerce, but that's not what makes any of this special. The field would just be
and this
grass
was
without the best
almost
of the
all
best
my own
trotting out
footage.
onto it.
Obviously,
The seats
besides
would
that,
not be
besides
filled with people
the highlight
adorned in
clips and
gear
stuff.
with the name of the
But most
city
of
and
it
their
was all my
favorite ball
footage.
player without
Actually,
a
maybe
love
all of
the
it,
game,
besides
without
the
a
game
love of
footage.
their community. Baseball is not a simple supply
So,
and demand transaction.
yeah, this was fun.
There is
This
a
was
heart and a soul that you
played it,
can't
I think,
quantify,
multiple Ballers
that you can't
games.
put a price tag
There's
on,
Steve-O
that you
Custom
can't
Cards,
put
by
a
the way.
barcode
Shout out.
on. The
That
Oakland
guy who's
Coliseum
dancing with
is
his
filled
kid.
with
That's
the
the
ghosts of greatness.
that's the guy who
Great
did our
teams,
custom
great
cards.
players, great staff, great
So,
fans. World Series
this was super
champions,
cool to
Super
make,
Bowl
right?
champions,
I also did
record holders,
it's not on
feats of
here, but I
triumph,
did
and some of the best fans in the sporting
an
world.
intro
This is
for the
not
Summer
merely
of Sale.
an
Was it
event
for
center
Summer of Sale?
venue. You
For their
cannot
pitch to the
manufacture
owners.
heart and soul.
I can't
You
remember.
have to
I
earn it.
did so many things
Though
with
some are
people.
trying to rip it
But I
apart,
did
we,
the
fans,
owner's
are
pitch
fighting to
video.
save
I did a bunch of these
Whether
hype
that legacy
videos,
remains at the
which were really
concrete
fun.
confines of the storied Oakland Coliseum, or it moves into West Oakland at this historic
But yeah,
field.
this was cool.
Legacy of Oakland and Bay
Hal the
Area
Hot Dog
sports
Guy,
will
Ice Cold
remain
Kenny Bo.
despite the
I
efforts
mean, we got it
of
all.
a
Mr.
few
Fab,
wealthy
Last Dive
businessmen.
Bar.
Oakland
Come on.
isn't going anywhere. You can't destroy
This
what
was
you
a
can't
really
see or
cool
feel, and
moment
they
for me
have shown that they
to
don't see or feel much.
be part of this.
We all spent
And
priceless
I'm
moments
very
at the
proud of
Oakland
it. And,
Coliseum, and we'll
thank you to all the
continue
people,
build that legacy
the
here
Oakland
at
fans
Raimondi
especially,
Park.
that trusted me to
Let's go
be involved and help out with this kind of stuff. And Gabriel for making it okay for them to actually talk to me. This is a very busy year when you look back at your trail. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to do right now, you know? And then at the last moment, folks, oh my goodness, at the buzzer, the game, the Rickwood Field game, was coming in hot. It was coming in soon, quick, fast, in a hurry. And at first, I was planning on going for like a year. I was going to book my plane and hotel like a year before when they first announced it. But I decided to wait because I was like, I don't know how the tickets are going to work. I'm kind of scared I would book everything and then it would, I don't know, something bad would happen. So then they announced tickets were going on sale and it was only to Alabama residents. And I was like, well, I'm not an Alabama resident. And then all the resale tickets, I mean, were thousands of dollars. And I was like, oh, I can't do that. And I took my niece on our magical, amazing trip to Disneyland. I was like, I don't have the money for this. But at the last moment, folks, I looked up and I found some resale tickets for just a few $100s as opposed to a few thousand. We got us a new ball game, folks, right? So at the last moment, under the wire, I was able to make it out to Alabama, right? To Rickwood Field. I can't even explain to you how much that meant to me to be out there. It was so much fun. It was so cool. And I got there Tuesday morning, and Tuesday morning was the minor league game. The minor league game between the two teams. So here's me at the minor league game. And what happened when I was at that game was Willie Mays passed away, or it was announced that he passed away. It was a surreal moment. I was walking by two security guards, or like an usher and a security guard, something like that. And as you can see, it's a tiny venue, right? So I was walking by one of them, or I was walking between them, rather, and I heard one of the guys say, "Oh, it's breaking news right now." So I'm like, "Uh-oh, what happened?" You know, I'm like, what did Trump or Biden do? You know, or who died, you know? But I didn't think that. I thought it was something like a major world event. So I opened up my phone and I immediately saw a picture of Willie Mays. And I walked around and I watched people's faces and I watched people check their phones and kind of like eyes light up. I saw a lot of people kind of check their phone and be like showing people. And I watched as the news spread through the crowd. And And if you're not aware of why this matters, is because we were there that week to celebrate Willie Mays and to celebrate the Negro Leagues and all their stars. And this was the ballpark that Willie Mays got his professional start in as a member of the Birmingham Black Barons. So there was Willie Mays stuff everywhere. They had a whole locker filled with Willie Mays. It was not even just one locker. It was like 4 lockers filled with Willie Mays memorabilia that I saw before we knew he had passed away. Now, it was announced a couple days before this that he wasn't going to make the trip, and everyone was bummed. I was bummed. Obviously, I wanted to see Willie there, and one of the reasons I was going was because my affinity for Willie Mays and the Negro Leagues and all the people that played back then. And so Rickwood Field being there meant a lot to me, and I made it happen, and I'm super thankful I did. It's one of the coolest things I ever got to do in my life. And the fact that I went to Birmingham where they had put up this mural of Willie Mays, downtown Birmingham, the Say Hey Kid, Birmingham's own, right? He was from a little small town right outside Birmingham. That's where he came up, and I got to be there when he passed away and be with some of the people that knew him. I mean, Barry Bonds was there, right? Bill Greason was there. John Miller was there. I talked to John Miller, dude. You know how weird it is to talk to John Miller when you hear his voice right in front of you and it's like his radio voice? And I saw Ken Griffey Jr., right? This was just, it was so much fun. It's hard to put it into words. And I'm just so thankful. It was a dream come true to be there. And so that was Tuesday. Wednesday, I got lost in the woods in Alabama. You guys have all heard that story. And then on Thursday, this picture was for the Major League game at Rickwood Field. I had to wear my Willie Mays shirt. I wore my other Sea Lions hat, not this one. This is the one with the Rickwood patch, which I finally found. And I got to meet so many amazing people, and Birmingham was super cool. I enjoyed it so much, but this was probably the highlight of my year. And I'm so proud of that video. I'm so proud of both videos because right after that, let me catch up with this. Seth Brown celebrating homer versus Yanks. I was at that game. How cool, Diosa. Thank you, Marie. You did too. Cow Palace video in 2025. Mark, I want to do that so bad, man. So bad. I've probably already told you, but I was in contact with them. I was talking about them, about doing some stuff, and then they kind of ghosted me, and I'm trying to figure it out. Got to get you to a racetrack. I would love that too. That would be super cool. Sweet Home, Alabama, where the skies are so blue. There's a special moment you had with Rennell after they announced Willie Mays passed away. I totally forgot about that. That was Rye Guy. This was before that. No. Kyle Busch and Daniel Suarez. Yeah, that's another thing though, Mark. Yeah, at the game I got to meet Rennell. I'm not going to go through the whole story. I've already told it before, but I had to kind of hang around. I was waiting for her. I finally got a moment, and I told her how much she meant to me and how hurt I was that she was let go by the Giants. And she was so sweet to me. I guess when you grow up hearing someone like all the time, like I listen to her on the way to school in the mornings, like every day, like you kind of have a parasocial relationship, but she acted like she knew me. Like she's just one of those people that's so warm. And, I'm really glad I had that moment with her. And, at Rickwood Field too, when you think of what that place means for civil rights and all that, and to have Rennell, a person who was, a person of color on the radio for decades, the first, I think she was the first black stadium announcer, something like that. I can't remember the exact thing, but like she is part of that story. And now I get to be at Rickwood Field sharing a moment with her right by Barry Bonds, who's sitting right over there too. I can't even put into words how much that meant to me. And so Rickwood was the highlight of my year, I would say. And so right after Rickwood, I came back home, and almost immediately ended up going to Willie Mae's Celebration of Life at Oracle Park. How cool for them to do that, because they understood what that meant to the fans. And they had no obligation to do that. They could have had a private service with family, friends, people close to him. We're not owed that as fans. I know a lot of fans act like we're entitled to stuff. We're not. And the fact that they were willing to do that, basically have his funeral be a public thing, was really, really cool. And I'm glad I got to go to that. I'm glad I got to pay my respects to someone who was before my time, but someone I grew up idolizing still. And not only that, but I got to see all these other people that I loved. I mean, Ricky Henderson was there. Dave Stewart was there. Dennis Eckersley was there. Whole bunch of old A's. And then you got the old Giants that were there. Barry Bonds, of course. Bill Lasky was there, who helped with my batting practice there. Kruk and Kipe were there. Just super cool, man. You know, Hunter Pence and Lexi, Buster Posey, obviously. It was just really cool that they allowed us as fans to have that. I really, really appreciated that. And I did that video where I also showed, and this video only has 567 views. It doesn't have a lot of views, but I showed all my extra stuff from Birmingham and the Celebration of Life for Willie Mays. So that, even though that video barely has any views, it has 9 comments. 9 comments. Nobody watched this video, but it meant so much to me. It really did. So Rickwood Field, saying goodbye to Willie Mays. You know, number 24, and not realizing another number 24 was there that we were going to lose before the end of the year, in Ricky Henderson. Shot Simple, thank you, man. Yeah, tell the Cow Palace they need to let me in. Yeah, JD, I was there, man. So that meant a lot to me. And then right after that, another video that only has 600 something views, but I was invited to the Feast of the Dragon, Game of Thrones inspired immersive dinner experience. I had filmed there a few years back, and I was invited again. And just the fact that someone appreciates what I do enough to send me an invite and hook me up with stuff like that is super cool. And then right after that, I did Carnival at Great America. That also barely has any views. Oh no, Carnival was earlier. Sorry. Wait, when was Carnival? Was it before that? Sorry, I was looking at the members only video. What the heck? I'm so confused. Where's the Carnival video? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I was right. So right after that was Carnival. So that's another thing. Besides all the sports stuff, I was invited to the Game of Thrones dinner, and I was also, once again, for the 3rd time, invited to Great America to film. Now, that, I can't even explain to you how cool that is. That is a theme park I grew up going to. And the fact that I'm invited there, like, hey, come make some content. Here's free everything to come to Carnival and enjoy it and do a video. Just to have that, I don't even know what the word is. My brain doesn't work, but what is the word? Oh, his brain don't work, folks. Peace to you, everybody. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. Validation. That's the word. That kind of validation feels good. Even though those videos combined got 900 something views, 2 videos. He keeps losing, folks, but he's not driving out of this race. All right, Josie. JD, I am not going tomorrow, unfortunately. Yes, you could ride the rides at Carnival. And then right after that, we had the Roots game, right? So the Oakland Roots are back, or not back. I'm trying to say they're on the docket now. I'm now a partial owner of the Roots and the Ballers. Did my first Roots game video. We all know how that went. There's a lot of controversy. A lot of stuff happened. But I was there. And then it was a run of final battle of the Bay, A's Giants. I did Golden Gate Fields history before they closed. Last horse racing in Northern California. And then we did the last A's game. Obviously, I've talked about it so much, but I'm so thankful I was able to be a part of that and on the right side of that. And even though, we lost the battle, we have not lost the war. And I'm thankful for all the great people I've met through the whole Oakland A's saga. And I'm proud of those videos. I'm proud of we were able to mix in some history. We were able to mix in the experience. And also mix in some of the context of why those things are important to people in this society. And yeah, man, those A's videos, I think they're gonna go down as some of the things I'm most proud of, And I would say, like, Rickwood Field was the highlight of my year. I just don't want to say it's a highlight because it was obviously a kind of a bittersweet thing. But I will say to the A's fans that I've been friends with and I've gotten to know, those last, especially the last month and a half, the vibes were immaculate. Everyone was just supportive. Everyone was taking it all in best they could, spreading love. I mean, I've never been to a place that was just so much love and friendliness and kindness. It was really cool to see because, a lot of times sports is kind of the opposite because we take it for granted. But then when you see when it's being taken away, how much it means to people. And I was just thankful I was able to meet these people and be there to document some of it. And obviously I did some videos, but I was also there a lot of games that I didn't film. I just went to go, to just be around it, just soak it in, just, enjoy it as much as I could before it was gone. And, yeah, it was awesome. And the Golden Gate Fields episode, again, another episode doesn't have a lot of views, got 800. Another video I'm very proud of. I think it's an awesome video. I had to film the whole thing on my phone, but whatever. I put out the Mount Hum video, some Cold War history in the Bay Area. Also proud of that. And right after that, we had the Reggie Jackson Softball Classic. I won't talk your ear off on it because I've been talking about this for months now, but one of the coolest experiences of my life. Dude, we were in the clubhouse with Reggie Jackson, Ricky Henderson, T.O., Barry Bonds. It was insane. It was insane. And so thankful I got to have some interactions with Ricky Henderson, right before he passed. And thank you to Last Dive Bar. Thank you to Gabe. Thank you to anyone who had a hand in that being possible. It meant the world to me. And it's kind of opened up my eyes to a whole new world. Because before that, I wasn't really tripping on autographs and stuff like that. And now I'm going broke on eBay trying to buy stuff. So it really was kind of that might be on my tombstone. You know what I mean? Like one time he got to hang out with Reggie Jackson and Ricky Henderson. It was the coolest thing ever. And that Rickwood Field are definitely the two best experiences I had this year when it comes to the channel. And personally, the Disneyland trip with my niece, a week straight of just nonstop action and fun at Knott's Berry Farm in Disneyland was one of the best weeks of my life. And then my sister got married in October. We went to Medieval Times. We went to Disneyland with my niece and nephew this time, and got to walk my sister down the aisle. So I did have some awesome moments this year that I'm very thankful of. But that Reggie Jackson Classic and Rickwood Field, I don't know, it's hard to beat. Roots and Ballers under the same type of ownership, similar, yeah. Man, you had a hell of a year from a historical perspective. I tried, man. That was my goal, and I was able to somewhat reach it. I didn't do as much content as I wanted to. I expected to go into this year with a lot of help that I did not end up having. But hopefully brighter skies ahead. Don't cry, Jenny. I'm not trying. Oakland losing the A's or the Raiders. I mean, that's hard to say. I mean, it almost feels like the A's, honestly. Obviously, people were pissed about the Raiders, but like most Raiders fans seem to just follow them. And the fact that the Raiders went to LA and came back, people were already kind of used to the Raiders being all over the place. So it didn't feel as emotional. Like when I went to the last Raiders game, if you watch that video, it's not nearly as emotional. It's more angry. But and the thing is, the difference is also the difference between football and baseball. Whereas baseball, it's slower pace. You can kind of hang out. So there was something really special about the A's fan base because it was so many of the same people every day and so many season ticket holders that all got to know each other through the game. And, I mean, people have nicknames and people have, like their own merch. Like it was a special thing. And, I guess that's one benefit of them not renovating the Coliseum that much was like all these people, for the most part, were able to still afford their season tickets almost up to the end, if not to the end. And so you had this special atmosphere of like people know each other. It's like it's like, I don't know. It's like a hometown feeling almost when you went to the Oakland Coliseum. It's one fan base that was really big on those things that endear you to a team as well, like nicknames and slogans and inside jokes and all that. It really was a special place to be. And the fact that, people that would go almost daily and hang out with people that became super close to them and some of their best friends and their family, having that taken away, I think from an emotional standpoint was a bigger hit than the Raiders. Did Ricky look sick in any way? Nah, he wasn't sick at all. He was in great shape, actually. I might say the A's because they were in Oakland for so long. Yep. Final game of the Oakland Coliseum was definitely a game with lots of anger and emotion. Really proud of the entire community for not burning down the entire stadium. Yeah, there was definitely anger, but like there was also a lot of love and sadness where when the Raiders left, it was more anger than anything. I did a video at the last Raiders game in Oakland, and I could be wrong, but I really don't remember people crying or anything. It was more just like, I can't believe this, and people upset and angry. But the A's, it's like you were really tearing away something special from people, and something that was like a home. This was like where people would go to see their friends and family. Like, it wasn't just a game. So yeah, I think for that reason, I think the A's leaving was a bigger hit, at least for those fans, you know. But yeah, and then I did holiday photos. I finally got to go on the field at Levi's. I got to take Gabriel to his first NFL game. We did the Sharks video. We did the Warriors video. So, quick little run right at the end, some sports videos. Like I said, my goal at the beginning of the year was to really focus on baseball history. I wasn't able to do everything I wanted. There was actually some games I wasn't able to go to. Because of the Rennell thing, I ended up not really doing any Giants content. But I plan to. Actually, I need help filming at FanFest if anyone's free and knows how to run a camera. I do have some stuff planned. But, this is a year I got to go on multiple fields I'd never been on, which is always like a thing for me. It's definitely a checklist where I'm keeping track of all the fields I've been able to go on. I met more like former players and stuff this year than probably any other year. And look, it's been a lot of sports stuff. I mean, my last 5 videos have been sports stuff. I will tell you, I want 2025 to be more lean towards history stuff. I've got, or at least like Bay Area stuff, like stories, Bay Area history and stories. I would love to do more Gold Rush stuff and Wild West stuff. I don't know exactly what I have planned trips wise. I don't have any specific ones planned yet, but I know they don't get a lot of views, but the history videos is really what makes me the happiest. And that's why something like Rickwood Field is so meaningful to me, because it's both. It's like history and sports. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. But honestly, when I do like Sutter's Fort or something like that, those are my favorite videos to do. Those are the videos I have the most fun filming. Filming the sports videos is not a lot of fun, honestly. I'm super stressed. I don't want to miss anything. I'm not having as much fun. I have much more fun at games where I'm not filming. But I still love doing it. But yeah, the history videos, if you get me in a Wild West, like historical place or Gold Rush town, that's when I'm like happiest filming. I have a great time. So this year, the videos I put out, like Mount Umunhum, Sutter's Fort, I mean, I barely put out any. The Funeral Museum was fun. When I can have a little space, a little room to breathe and tell a story, that's when I'm most happy. So I would really like 2025 to have more history stuff. Obviously some sports stuff as well, but I don't want to just be the sports channel. And I know that's ridiculous, seeing as everything, I mean, look at everything behind me. It's like 75% sports stuff, if not more. I get it, but I don't want this to just be a sports channel, even if that makes my channel suffer. It's all about what makes my spirit soar. You know what I mean? Because I am the god of the stars. I'm a very serious man. I totally understand A's fans wanting to do property damage. I mean, yeah, some of them did. There's more home games in baseball, so there's more of a home environment. Yeah, for sure. If you're going to pay to fly me out, I'm down to be your cameraman. All right, if I can save up, I will. Discover you last week through your lock videos. Thank you, man. See, that's what I'm talking about. Those videos make me the happiest. So I know it's been sports heavy, but lock, that series, so much fun to film. So much fun. Way funner to film than the sports videos. Now, sometimes the sports videos, the end product I like better. But when it comes to actually filming, the lock videos were the funnest. You know, get me in a town like that and just give me free range to film. And I'm having a blast, folks. The boy's having a blast. You might like Pendleton. Where's Pendleton? Rodeos in Pendleton? Well, I have a huge list of stuff. Now, in an effort to possibly save money, I have a list of San Francisco history to tell. Some really, really fun stories, some really, really cool stories that I've been meaning to get to. I've just been needing a cameraman because some stuff I can't do on my own. Some stuff I can, and I could do it on my own, but I feel like it would be better if I had a cameraman. But yeah, I'm going to do that. But the other interesting thing, I paid for the Frontier Airlines Go Wild Pass or whatever it's called. So this pass is basically you pay once and you get unlimited flights. And the flights are limited. They're hard to get. You have to like get them like 24 hours in advance. So I don't even know if this is going to be worth it. But basically, if I get like 2 free flights, I already paid for it. So I'm going to try to use that pass to just do last minute trips to go film something real quick and come back. There's international flights. There's domestic flights. It's like anywhere. And it's all unlimited. It's kind of an experiment to see if this pass is worth it. Maybe I'll even do a video about, is this pass worth it? I don't know. We'll see. But hopefully I can use it to my advantage and be able to, the way I'm seeing it, like I can quickly go to like, oh, let me go to a Rockies game real quick. Fly out for the Rockies game, film that stadium. And then near the Rockies stadium, they have like the stadium history museum or something like that. Ballpark history museum, something like that. I could do that real quick, then come back, you know? That's kind of what I'm thinking. So I don't know. We'll see. Pendleton, Oregon has Bismarck, rural Arizona. Cool. A lot of places are like that, right, guy? I'm kind of used to it. There's a lot of places I've gone to where it's like, oh, you know? Speaking of some of the videos I've already done, but I haven't put out yet. Look, I still, like I said, tell you guys, I always have a list of videos I've already filmed that aren't out yet. So an example right here, Tannehill Ironworks State Park in Alabama. This is the park I got lost in between the Rickwood Field games. This is Civil War history, all kinds of cool stuff. I did a whole video, haven't put it out yet, but this is the kind of stuff you can look forward to. I have more time to edit now, so I'm trying to work through my backlog. I get held up on like the Disneyland video I'm doing because I filmed so much for a week. And then the sports stuff keep coming up. But look, I got plans, folks. That's my point. I got plans. And yeah, so 2025, hopefully some more history stuff. Hopefully, I don't know. I still want to do a lot of baseball stuff because I feel like it's the funnest stories when it comes to sports, but we'll see. I didn't do a whole lot of football stuff. I didn't do a whole lot of NBA this year, but I would like to do more of that, especially history oriented. If I can get into the Cow Palace, if I can go to, there's a couple other Wild West towns I'm trying to get to. And yeah, I got some really cool plans, and I'm just hoping, I can execute as much as possible. And yeah, we'll try to see this thing through, folks. I'm not dropping out of the race, okay? And I've had a really tough week. This last week has not been easy. But speaking of, I forgot. Not speaking of that. I've had a rough week, okay? Some breaking news, dude. Some breaking news. Emergency broadcast here. Okay, emergency broadcast. One of my favorite videos I've ever done, The Last Duel in San Francisco. It's about the last duel site, the last major duel, gentleman's duel in the United States. It wasn't the last duel, actually, I found out, but the last major duel that it really changed the course of history in a lot of ways, changed the course of California, whether California was going to be a slave state or whether it was going to be a free state, which side of the Civil War it was going to land on. It's in Daly City, right outside San Francisco. And I did that video, and there's a much bigger channel than mine called History Hunters, and they just did a video there, and I just found they put out their video, I think today, and I watched it real quick. So I was like, oh, wow, they went here too. And nobody cares. I know none of you watch this video. Nobody cares, but I just want to put that out there. Those two pillars are where the duel happened. If you saw me, I've dueled my clone out there multiple times. But this whole new plaque is brand new. When I did the video a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, whatever it was, there was no, this big plaque was not there. So the Native Sons of the Golden West put out this plaque about the Broderick Terry duel. And I just thought it was cool. I'm going to pretend that my video brought more attention to it. So they put out this plaque. That's not what happened, but I'm going to pretend in my head. You know what I mean? But yeah, that whole center thing is all new with the plaque. I just wanted to put that out there. I thought that was cool. But I really love that video. If you never watched it, please go watch it. It's great. I'm very proud of it. I dueled myself and told the whole story and why it matters and how it changed the course of history. But yeah, 2025, man, I hope it's a good year for everybody. This year we lost a lot of people, right? Just in the sports world even. Willie Mays, Ricky Henderson, Pete Rose, Orlando Cepeda. Yeah. So hopefully less of that in 2025. We'll see. But history is definitely I'm gonna try to make that my focus. Okay? So expect that. Now, I love you guys, okay? I hope you all have a wonderful New Year's. I hope you all have a wonderful 2025. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for being a part of what I do. And even when I have tough times or things bother me, whatever, I'm not dropping out of the race. I'm going to see this thing through. I'm a very serious man, folks. I'm a very serious man. And I just appreciate you guys being a part of this. And I got other plans. I don't even want to say. I got other bigger plans outside of just the videos that connect to the channel that I'm also really excited about, that I'm working on. And trying to diversify the portfolio, you know? But yeah, I guess that's it. You guys are the best. Happy New Year's. R.I.P. Willie Mays and Ricky Henderson. Unfortunately, you guys stay in 2024, but we will carry on your memories forever. Don't drop out of the race, folks. See this thing through, okay? Yeah. Happy New Year. I'll see you guys next week. And more stuff coming. More cool stuff on the way. Vertlife. Willie Mays, everybody. Willie Mays.